Hello. It me, your boy, Skinny Penis. Here, back again with more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Fuck. I can't talk. Hold on. Why am I lagging? My shaders aren't even active. Words are hard? Yeah, words are- oh, it's probably because there's so many fucking people over here. Hi, Zoe. Oh. Zoe, stop! You exited out of the game for 5 seconds. Anyway, hi- no! Zoe! Why? I've played with you today. Why are you like this? No, stop. Get down. She's being annoying. And just like that, we found an elector and won our first keystone. I knew it was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep moving and march onwards to Utarapacha. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see that your opportunistic Pelu friend has to- okay. I need to drink tea. Meh. Hi, fish. I've been waiting for what feels like days and eaten enough of Burkavu's tacos to feed an army. Meh. Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach your Kopacha, we depart from the Arc of Dawn, then take a road west at the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? You're finally out of ad jail? Okay, welcome. That is indeed the way of Urkopacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Is it alpacas? You're finally out of gay baby jail. 'Cause you're a gay baby. Bum bum bottom. Bottom bottom. You were in there with Fuji? Yeah, he's a gay baby too. Over here. Yep, it's alpacas. Told me he had a life sentence. This is true. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. Aw, they're so fluffy. These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Yogg-Toro. Eorzea has chocobos, and the Eastern lands have their horses, so why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in place which ill suits the qualities in which it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went to pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You wrote that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this. But if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkopacha, then that's what we'll have to do. Aw, they're so fluffy. Look at them.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha,
Urkopacha.
100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Urkopacha.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpelo.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urcopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
She's so cute. I want to pet the kitty.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
You say that now.
Vachun Pelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Alpaca. I want an alpaca mount. Surely they have one. This is it, watching Pelo. Home of the Pelu Pelu, and Wukalamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so that means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it's a possibility. How fortunate, then. That ideal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And our nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, Third Promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Yo, what up, Loki? How's it going? Long time no see. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Erinville, when did you... Shatona from far off Zaktural. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survived them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No thank you. I'm in no need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise. Perhaps another time. That's good, Loki. I'm glad that you're, you know, going through better times now. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Lamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy, then. Kryl, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Lamat, you and Aaronville might try to approach travelers and passerby. Malara, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Oh, are you doing a research paper for, like, school or something? The Dawn Servant's Elector? Ah, I thought you were the new face in town, here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care for who sits on the throne so long as they keep Tyrol peaceful. People tend not to be in a good mood tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Oh, okay. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. Oh, right, yes, you were asking about that Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zerul. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No. Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector? I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you you're no supporter of Zerul or his policies. Hello there, I'm Bablu. Do you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings might be tempted to spit on you. And that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not too long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving him proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He notices everything that happens on the ranch. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Oh, you got a new bike? That's cool. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. One second. It looks like my model is acting up. There we go. Can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though. Who among us could? Am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. Well, obviously I'm not Tobley. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobley is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. You think I might be Tobley? Well, maybe I am. All I will say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Am I Tobley? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? I see we're both done with our interrogations. So what do you think? I have my suspicions. Let's hear your pick. How are you liking it? I love it. I love Dawntrail. How's it going, Shockwave? Ah, the worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip off the mask of our mystery ranch hand. We know it's you, Tobley, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobley, head ledger of Wachimpello, and head rancher of the family ranch. You love the lore and the graphical overhaul? Yee! I'm also one of Gulu Jaja's chosen electors. In a place featured in Tuliola's saga, just as we thought. I look so pretty expressive. Like your model? I grabbed something for your dad. Also, rando, but DHS sent me 64 in tokens for a farmer's market. Oh, that's cool. She found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity if her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Yo, what up, Penis? How's it going?
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
Going good, how about you? It's going great.
That's part of the test.
There's so many people bitching that there's too much lore in this expansion. What?
Without even
People are
asking a
bitching
single
about it?
question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's
Some people
instructions,
just
I was
can't
free
be
to
pleased,
devise any
though.
manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
Welcome back, Loki. No, so fluffy.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
How's the fuzz baby? Zoe? She's doing good. Ah!
Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
I think you killed her.
Valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Oh, well, damn.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Did you go Pelu Pelu or Hanu first? I went to Hanu first.
Demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule.
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
What am I supposed to do then?
This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
I think they're cute.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I'm going to Pelu first. I do, however, love the Hanu look. Yeah. I liked the Hanu lore. I had to go wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. Ba 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 ba. As Wuklamot helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people getting close enough to catch one will not be easy. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with the tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten that we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel, in the thousands column. You open the new hunt board? Nah, I haven't even, like, finished collecting sack of nuts from, the last one. But where is the new hunting board? I should probably work on that while I'm out. Converting to gil, that comes around 1 million or so. Perhaps if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for even more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain for with the saddle. To the right of the taco place? Okay, after this cutscene I'll go and get it then. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million, so we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right, I panicked and got confused with Alphino's million gil. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guide the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wuklamata goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whomever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you a saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mavlu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps, it might be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly, although Malara, I think you should go with Wuklamot. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. My sage advice is that you should need to craft your own shit instead of buying it, because I have no money because all I do is buy shit. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Malara anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for the wares. Okay. Let's go back to Toliolol and get the hunt board then. Is it still sacks of nuts? Not sure. Okay, where? Over here. Yeah, hold on. You there, you're Malara Makotia, are you not? The adventurer from across the water who has been lending the third promise her strength? Then well met. To tell the truth, I've been meaning to make your acquaintance for some time. I have a proposition for you. You're familiar with the Eorzean hunts, yes? We have something very similar here in Toliolol, and having heard much of your philanthropic spirit, I'm debating putting this off and leveling Pictomancer if it's... Yeah, it's out. Both Viper and Pictomancer are out. Not to mention your capacity for violence, we should very much like to recruit you to our cause. If you're interested, speak to my associate Bolga. The Zabral is the master of the hunt. Bum 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 bottom. I don't think I got this shard. Nope, I did. I'm not gonna read all that. I think I'm just gonna accept the quest. Pleasure to have you with us. Oh, you get tokens. Oropacha, Oropacha, Orokopacha, Kazuma Uka. Okay. I want to see what they have. Okay, back to Oropacha. I might level Viper and Pictomancer. You know, I've never really like been that attached to Cryle, but I'm liking her so far. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how are you paying for it? This basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost for a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I'd like to nurse a cup of at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us. Third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the 1,000 column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle's gonna cost you a jug of premium mezcal. Aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zorul Jah will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wukulamat. The younger ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future and the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like dirigibles and have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokoi ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn's servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure we win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Toliolol online. And neither will I. We will make you Dawn's servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Of course, the Weaver. Bolnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say that he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to that road where we first met him. Love. It's odd not to be able to fly. Oh, yeah, I don't have all the aether currents, so I haven't been able to fly in a hot minute. And Walker's aether currents I haven't gotten yet. Huh?
I grab all of them as soon as I enter a new area.
My ear hurts. My earlobe. Can you fill up my water? Actually, I need to get up to pee anyway. Hold on. Be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. And I got Wawa. This is the spot. After Bolnock talked to us, he went south. Then he was probably going to Ikulvo's Inn. Most visitors to Wanchenpelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Let's see, what's on my hunt? Cyanum and Tulidile. Oh, and then Barbamol. There's an aether current. Oh, I see a cyanum down there. Ah, shit, I'm stuck. Three sacks of nuts. So we're still going off nuts. Can I have that basket, Malora? Yeah, here you go. Now let's see if we can try and turn a profit. Well, Nock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? I promise you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? I see, so the goal is to turn a basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal? Then allow me to invest in your efforts. I'm eating ice cream. Peace in Tyrol is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledged to preserve that peace to win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to her victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 hell in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I'm eating ice cream, I'm sorry. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Can't believe you quintupled your investment of your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Malara remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one for which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Malara, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear the end of it. Gonna nap? Okay, have a nice nap! Thank you for the lurk, penis. All set, our next deal is waiting to be found. My teeth are cold and they hurt. Leveraging. Ow, 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 ow. Cold teeth hurt. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We'll look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We'll find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be an interested traveler. Oh, he looks cold. A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamulja who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck off the list. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. We might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a tool maker from Tuliolal. I was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu that I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well, but now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be perfect replacement for the coat that I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and vouched for its quality. Blade looks sharp. The heft is well made. I'd value it 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me in even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter. I have other wares to sell. Glad I have met you. Did you hear that? We found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These will be the calm type, right? I'm almost done with my ice cream. Okay. I'm done with my ice cream. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas. Wait, hold on. Let me... Unable to apply plates here. What about in here? Damn it. Okay, hold on. They're so fluffy. Look at them. Look at their little fluffy tails. And the way that they hop around. They're so cute. Noto cactar. We made it, and without a single Somali incident. I sent the alpacas back to Kulvo's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road whenever we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand I was an orphan too, you see. Tobly took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle, and you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add that to Wukalamat's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise, and let's get to bargaining. You have a little axe for me? Thanks, now to see if I can get what I can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have for offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in return. 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mescal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Doesn't the demand for hatchets not afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. You've missed the window for demand in that case. We'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way, a generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely it's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. Thus innovations will improve every aspect of our lives. I believe including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you I have nothing but respect for Wukalamat. This is why I am prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this? If we were to bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koana reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tips of scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Malara and I have a mate to gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Over here. You brought me some leaves then. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Here we go. We've brought in our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine after adding the value of your labor to the price of one hatchet. I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate. But at the shop, one sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Then we'll bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Mablu, what's wrong? It was as I was saying before, even after everything Tobli's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all to become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobli to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tyrell's peace, and becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobli held the same opinion. So talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kalana and Zaraja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wuklamant of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. Don't want to risk proving Arnvel's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Pretty flowers. Oh, barb mole. Three sacks of nuts. We'll want to speak with the man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he is regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're going to convince him to trade for twice of what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If he could talk to people here in the distillery, Melara, perhaps Wuklamat could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Me? I'm a chef from Tuliolal. I come here to buy Gobol's mezcal, the finest in Tyrol, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. There's not much I can say about Goldbly, but I can tell you that Goldbly's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around the agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of its product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work he does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. Goldbly might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it that he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of Sunperch. So what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Goldbly is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Wicklamat.
Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
That scared me. Hi, Lightwing, how's it going? You have business with me, madam? Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? Alpacas are so fancy looking. You're not a scary person. Now, what's this about? Keep it brief, if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming that you have one on hand. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have the Pell, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, just like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal, just like that. Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Monsters in the agave fields. Knock knock. Who's there? Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard of your regular customers, so Pubago Chef is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer? Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. You're right, absolutely right. I notice a growing reluctance to part of my Hubago friend, but I did not realize that I myself was to blame. Boo. Ah! Boo-hoo. Still, even with that added, see, made you cry. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth mezcal you're after. Should we offer to cull the monsters, causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? So, is the Lion Chick single, asking for a friend? I think so. As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit it, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and the first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best whenever you walk into Volokshunsa. It would be such a shame to miss the chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying that you have garments to offer? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing, an introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnog, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliolol. As a supporter of Wuklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit fit for the golden occasion. Lion babe, snoo. I think she's cute. I want to pet her ears. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I would like to take full advantage of, but the scales aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't the monsters running amok in Agave Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and the introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Malara of us and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnog. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wakupelo. Be safe. Can I go up here? Ah. I fell. How have you been, Lightwing? Bat fall down, go boom. Work might be actively trying to kill you. I'm sorry, friend. I started my new job on Monday. It looks promising. Still counseling? Yee. It should be the agave jaws just over there. This will be faster if we split up. Come and find me once you've finished clearing out your share of pests. This one's an addiction counseling. Same as my internships. Your nephew does that? Addiction counseling? The caseload looks a lot easier. And the hours are good, so. It's specifically opioid addiction. So like heroin. Heroin, painkillers, stuff like that. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no a challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Moblu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. I'm addicted to love, but there's an 80s song that helps with that. No, 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 no. What about what? No Rick rolls. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. No, that's I'm no stranger to love. No, if I could just have a sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Bolnog. As agreed. We're no strangers to love. I know the rules. And fuck, I already fucked it up. You know the rules, and so do I. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, third promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Not in Love by Nightclub is your speed these days? Even at my palace, I don't think I've had 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you'd hold on to it. Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This is it, the trade we've been working towards. Phew, still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, saddler. We brought you your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant of Zoral Jaw, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. My last relationship song would be Just Hate Me by Pain. Damn. Although I'd sooner... Yeah, okay, I read that. Trade is a fair one. I'll craft you your saddle. Stay and wait if you'd like. I have all the requisite materials, so it won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I can taste that smooth mezcal already. My last relationship can be described by the song "Raft at Sea" by Baby Babi. If you haven't listened to it before. And to think we started out with only a 100-pel basket of alpaca wool. Moblu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that third promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Pick a lane, B, sing or council. Why not both? Speaking of my anniversary song last year, tomorrow is mine and Fuji's 6-year anniversary of being married. Yeah. So if I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be playing something with Fuji. You've acquired the saddle, then? Yes, and thanks in no small part to Moblu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know. This is something I need to learn. Dodged the spit. It's so fluffy. I know! It's so fluffy. Great sunken gods, I did it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Woklamat's touch. That is because of the singular scent which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before. You're actually kind of cute. Aw, you're only now noticing that? Zralja, he's back. Oh! Having done exactly what he set out to do. The alpaca he's brought, is it me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say a golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. I want to hug it. Yeah, same. How do you manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters, faced with overwhelming strength that you will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Woklamat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught they must suffer the horror and hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war, merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliolal all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as a tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and the renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned and its ruins left behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts, only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulul Jaja did not elevate the Mamulja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite only Tuliolal, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold and will appropriately, with an appropriately golden flourish, may I present to you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even Kona. It's like we're not even family. I'll ponder Zuraja and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle, I've practiced how to use it, so let's lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Orankanka in the northwest of here. Come on everyone, even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wukulamatov on her hunt. Family? She's a cat and he's a lizard. I'm not sure I like the implications of that. Oh, she's adopted. She and like one other cat boy is adopted. And then that was the like birth son of their father. I can do this, I know I can. Cheer on Wukulamat.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Wait, you dropped your bag of catnip.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlayan. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
They did it.
Ah. It took her all night.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Yeah, but it's not golden. Hey, it's okay. It doesn't need to be golden. I'm so relieved the third promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is healthy-looking beast. Surely it will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Wuklamot still seems a bit unsteady on her feet, hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away the fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time at and the tea will be ready whenever you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. Damn it, tea's not the answer to everything. You're right, coffee is. Actually, energy drinks. God, I would fucking kill for a monster right now. Kitty! Kitty! Wait, hold on. I think those bird things are part of my hunt.
Help! I'm a monster.
What's attacking me? Barb mole? I don't think the ones that are in a fate count. They enhanced that mount, or I didn't notice the details before. What mount? Someone go to the store and get me a Monster Energy drink. I thought I saw an Aether Current. I guess not. Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea then. Wicklamat can't be that far behind. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas, what grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown quite fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a Valley Alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it! Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoralja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Guru Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tuliolal, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yokihoi, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. But along came young Guru Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by his imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yakhoi in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Gulu Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he heard of our plight. None could have anticipated that their visitor decided to do next. Gul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from the Yokoi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious to one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Gul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. I've never heard of the bond Papa had forged with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gul Jaja sought to sure-footed a guide for his trek up to the highlands. Thus he captured a golden alpaca. So both my brother and father caught the rarest creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that for promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mablu's right, you're a perfectly wonderful beast. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. 5 more to go. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Wuklamat. You've given me courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment of caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear that you've found a calling that you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobli. What did I tell you, Mablu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yokoi. They once ruled over far more than just Urapacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yoktural and all its people. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for the City of Gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yokoi have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated? We lose nothing from asking the questions. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, Kryle, I have a question that I've been meaning to ask since we finished with the feat. Where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces, just like it first became fashionable in Yoktoral around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become uncommon to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance in simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try and find out, seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants. I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Right then, there's 2 keystones down. I say we head back to Tuliolol and plan our next move. Farewell for now, and thank you for your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zoraja's supporters talk. They might see the opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating. Terrifying, even. Whereas I've grown to love Woklamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too. And that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. Feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zoraja and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't have let it bother me, and gods know you've been so supportive, but I want to be strong or wise like my brothers, to be a promise that people can respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zavalvita and Taye with us. The contest has hardly begun. Oof. Sleepy. At some point, I do need to take a nap. I have vampire tonight. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we've already got 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. I can only hope. We've now won keystones from both the Feet of Reeds and the Feet of Gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was the right one? So it would seem, by continuing to retrace Gulu Jaja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. Then let's visit the giants next, like Cryo said. The fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean they know something useful. The home of Yokoi is in the upper reaches of the Urkovacha. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, we have to take the long way around through Kozuma Uka. This route will take us close to the Moblin village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. So we can call in the Moblins first, then. Let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. The flight of Wee Wingless, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. What are we to do then? There's an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city, whichever you prefer. Just to be sure, you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets to our destination? Of course, what do you take me for? Then as your guide, I will see to the arrangements. Bunny man. Yeah, he a banui. He a bunny. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let's make the most of it. I need to get my axe repaired. I nicked the blade pretty bad whenever I took a swing at Bakul Jaja. That reminds me, I never got around to introducing you to Ropley, did I? He's the man in charge of Wachu Meki Meki, and a good person to know. Want to come along? I keep trying to get Ginge into this game so she can make a Banui. A Buni. Where is she? Banui, Banui. This is Aunt T's Tacos, named for the owner here, the lovely Tisol. If you're after the best tacos in Tuayola, this place sits on top with the Zabalyav Tae. You say that third promise, but you only ever eat old Brock Ivu's food. Come and buy mine for a change. Sorry, Tisol, it's been a while, hasn't it? I swear I'll stop by for a bite once the contest is over. Bye. Ah. The third promise. How might I assist you this fine evening? Well met, Ropley. I need to make I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been chipped quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, are we? Something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand amongst Tyrol's most prestigious gathering of artisans and ask this question? This child's play. We'll have it repaired for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I leave it in capable hands. My throat's starting to hurt from reading so much. I might take a break soon. Who's your companion, if I may ask? This is Malara, a great adventurer I recruited from across the salt. I brought her here to meet you, actually. Thought she might have reason to visit Wachu Meki Meki sooner or later. Then allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ropley, humble representative of this grand center of trade. A pleasure to meet you, Malara. You there, stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already. I've seen that man somewhere before. He was on the ship. Jewelry maker he met on the voyage over. Oh, I remember. I spoke with him too. Fongitane. Yes, that was his name. You've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out with it then. Why are you here? That is to say... Oh. There he go. And we're no closer to solving that enigma. I wonder if you could use someone to talk to. I say we go and ask. Let me know by Link Pearl if you find him first. I want to see all the shops over here. Not much. I don't think I have this Aethernet though. I suppose this will be where the, oh, what we have over here? Shiny rocks. I suppose this will be where the, end game, like... equipment will be... Oh, my throat hurts so much. Are we near the cabins? I might just log out and take a little bit of a break. We are near the cabins. They're this way. Reading all of that out loud really hurts my throat. I will take a break for now. As much as I really want to like continue with the story. I might take a nap while I'm at it too. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna raid anyone. I think I'm just gonna call a break here. Let's see. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap, and if I have time before Vampire tonight, then I'll start back up again, okay? Alright, bye-bye. Love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.